Shields up, Ironbreakers. Rurikhan here coming at you with another video, and as you guys can see, we have received something very special in the mail today. Standing behind me is a PlayStation 5 unit. This was sent to me by the PlayStation Portugal team so that I could get started with my PlayStation 5 coverage. As you may or may not be aware, the PlayStation 5 is going to be arriving to Portugal with a 1-week delay from the United States. I believe that is the same throughout most of Europe, so the PlayStation Portugal team was kind enough to provide me with a review unit, for which I am extremely thankful for, but I am also extremely thankful to each and every one of you that watch my videos, because you guys are the ones that make something like this all possible. It's not just me producing the content, it is also you guys watching the content. So today I'm going to be unboxing the PlayStation 5 for you guys, because that is the only content that I'm allowed to share as of yet. But tomorrow I'm going to be allowed to live stream and really put the console through its paces, and I'll probably be doing that over on Twitch, so make sure to follow me there. And then we will have like reviews on how I feel about the UI, how I feel about some of the games, and all of that stuff. But for now, let's get started with the unboxing. As you guys are no doubt aware, I very rarely do unboxings in the channel, so I don't really have a proper setup, so excuse me for the amateurish format that we got going here, but let's get started. Here's what the box looks like from the front. We have a logo here that's got like a hologram thing going. I'm not sure if I can show it on camera with the different angles, but depending on the angle that you do, you get the PlayStation symbols, and then if you move it, it just says play has no limits. But this is actually an outer shelling, so let's remove the outer shell here. And perfect, I actually had the back of the box facing the camera. So here's what the actual box looks like. From the images that are being shown in the case, it looks like this is going to be the version that has the CD drive, which personally, as you guys know, is the one that I was going to get, because basically I'm very much into physical media. You guys should already know this about me. I talk about it all the time. Everybody calls me Old Man Rurikhan is afraid to go digital. But there's just something about owning physical media that I personally like. So I am super happy that this was the version that was sent to me. So let me just cut up the tape here. Okay, and let's see what's actually inside the box. I'm gonna set it over on its side here, table, and I'm being very careful about this because I want to make sure that no damage comes to the unit. Let's go ahead and open up this side and this side. Okay, and if it goes like this, looks like I got some more boxes on the inside here. Set it on its side again. Actually have the instruction manuals. I'm going to set those here, and then put all side by side. We got the power cable here, which interestingly enough, it's going back to what the PS3 was. Now, I don't know how many of you guys remember, but the PS4 actually has a more typical like PC almost power source, like a more traditional power source. This one goes back to being just like the old PS3, which I'm assuming means that the console is potentially more energy efficient. And here we have the DualSense controller. Now, I already made a video talking at length about the multiple features of this controller from this event that I went to over on PlayStation. And this is the button I told you guys about where you can mute the microphone, because I know that a lot of people are concerned with the microphone of the DualSense, and I already told you guys you can mute it. Just press this button, microphone is muted. But yeah, here's the controller. I'll give you guys like a zoom in of the controller in a bit here, but for now let's just continue on and get to the unit itself. Looks like there's something else inside this box here. Let me see what it is. Oh, it's the base. This is the base of the unit, so that you can put it either vertically or horizontally, which personally I tend to prefer horizontal myself. I don't like having something on a vertical orientation because I have 2 kids at home, and therefore, you know, it's very easy for one of them to just like knock it over, boom, done. But yeah, looks like you got the thing to place it here vertically if you want to, or you can place it somewhat like this and it can be horizontal as well. I'll show you guys what it looks like once we actually get it down on the table, but that's the base right there. Let me see if there's something else inside this box. We have an HDMI cable, which probably supports HDMI 2.1, I believe that's the version that we're at, which is going to support 4K 60 as well as HDR. Do pay attention that not every HDMI cable is probably going to work with this console, because there are actually HDMI cables that will not carry 4K 60, so you do want to use the one that comes with the console, or if you need to buy a new one, then you should probably make sure that it's, I think, 2.1, HDMI 2.1. Otherwise, you know, you might have some issues. So not every single HDMI cable is going to be compatible, okay? We also have a USB cable here. This is USB Type-C. I'm not sure if you guys can see it in the camera there. Hopefully it's picking up well enough, but it is a USB Type-C cable. So yeah, it looks like that's what the DualSense is going to take. Yep, DualSense takes USB Type-C. It's actually one of the things that I didn't pay attention when I initially touched the controller, but okay, here's another box. Ugh. Okay, and that's pretty much all that was in there. Now let's remove the coverings here. Damn, she's heavy. So I had seen the size. The size was about what I had expected with the first time I saw it. But now that I'm actually picking it up, the weight is actually surprising. It's pretty heavy. Like, it feels denser than I would have imagined. Ooh, yeah, there's some decent weight on there. That's the back right there. Actually, let's look at the back because I haven't gotten to watch the back of it yet. So we have 2 USB ports, the naturally the AC port as well as a LAN port. I'm going to zoom into the camera here. So that's what the back of it looks like. We have a PlayStation logo up here on the top of the unit. On the front of the unit, you have a USB port and another port that looks like it's USB Type-C, but I do not think that's what it is. I think it's something else. And we also have an eject button and the power button. Let me show you guys a little bit zoomed in. Naturally, we also have the disk drive up here. Now let's actually see what this looks like when you put it on the base. So applying the base was actually a little bit more intuitive than I initially thought it was going to be. It just, you can clip it in the back using the base unit, and then you just drag it along until it stops. And there's actually symbols here on this section. You guys can't really see it properly, but there's some symbols here that kind of indicate, I think, where the base is supposed to be. Again, this is just my initial take on where the base is supposed to be. And now the unit sitting on its side would look something like this, with the disk drive right here, and then it would sit on its side like this. Feels very sturdy, doesn't shake that much. The one thing shaking is that this table is not particularly solid. You can see that as the table shaking, but pretty sturdy. Doesn't look like it will move that much, which was one of the things that I was concerned. I was concerned about the stability of the console because of its, you know, with the swervy lines and whatnot. I was kind of concerned as to whether or not it was going to stay on the base and actually be stable enough. But yeah, it looks like the base is very well designed. You guys can see it there. And it looks just fine. Now let's try to put it on vertical for those of you that are curious. And there we go. It's actually fairly simple to swap between the vertical or horizontal stances, depending on what you want. The base itself actually just rotates depending on what you want to do. So like if you want to put it on its side, you just rotate the base like so, and it's good to go. And then if you want to put it vertically, you just do it like this, and it just like hooks in on the back. It doesn't have like a hard hook on the back from what I can tell, but maybe that's just because it's still the first time that I'm putting it in there and whatnot. But yeah, it's fairly simple to just like apply the base however you wish to do it. And yeah, it looks pretty nice. And yeah, guys, with that said, I'm gonna be hooking it up, taking it up for a test drive, and I'll be talking to you guys more about it tomorrow. Like I said, I will be live streaming this on Twitch. Once again, thank you very much to the PlayStation Portugal team for providing me with this, and thank each and every one of you that watch my videos, because you are the ones who make this possible. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay strong, stay safe, peace out.